Hi friends, it's Vicky, and the beads were good again this week. My timing might not have been great, but the beads were good. I had a lot of lifey stuff happening between work and home and all of that. I didn't get around to as many makes as I wanted to, but I did get around to some. So I'm going to share those with you down on my bead mat. Most of them you guys saw in videos, the videos that I posted. I also finally got my bead boxes and did some unboxings with y'all, which was really fun. So I've got a lot of stuff to work through now that I have some days off from work and I can actually maybe work on some of these things now. That'll be really great. Except I am on call, so you know, if emergencies happen. But hopefully not. But I'm going to share those with you, and a lot of them are ones that I actually like, just love. So I'm happy to share the things that I made this week with you. Okay, so it doesn't feel like there's very much, but you know what? There's enough. This was using the curated bead box for December, and we had a lot of like kind of frosty colors, but then we also had some turquoisey colors. And one of the great things about turquoise is you can wear it year round. It doesn't have to be just for winter. But you had this really great silver and turquoise pendant, and then I just made some links with some of the other beads in the bead box for that, and then made just a couple of very simple earrings to go with it. Then I opened up the Soft Flex treat bag, their Christmas treat bag that they had sold on their site. It was a discounted little surprise bag, and inside of there were these ceramic beads, some fire polish beads, these really cool lampwork beads, and these really fun faceted things, and I wanted to just put them together. There were some other beads too. I'll link to my unboxing, but when I opened it, I just immediately was like, I'm gonna make something with it. I'm gonna make a Christmassy holiday bracelet, something fantastic and like red and greeny, and these look like wrapped candies, and it was so much fun to make it just on the fly like that. I'm actually going to talk about that in a little bit when we come back up to the face-to-face about a challenge that I just thought of, or not just thought of, but that I've been playing around with the idea of after having so much fun doing a design on the fly with that right when I opened it without having any clue what was in it. That was a lot of fun, and I think I want to do a little bit more about that. So when we come back up, I'll talk a little bit more about that too. And then I did a design using the Jesse James Beads Magical Mystery Bead Box, the Snowflakes and Stardust one. It is so pretty and sparkly and glorious, and I can't wait for you guys to see it on me. It's so pretty. And then this was one of the projects in the Potomac Beads kit box, and I made it a little bit different than the design was actually supposed to be. And that's because you do these like right angle weave like background with these 8-0 seed beads. This isn't, I'm not giving away trade secrets. They go over this in the video, which is available to anyone with YouTube. So you do these right angle weaves with the 8-0 seed beads, and then you do an embellishment over the top with more 8-0 seed beads and 15-0s on the sides, and then the middle has the pearls. That's how it's written, that's how it's designed. But I did not have enough 8-0 seed beads left after doing the base for this, so I grabbed some more of the Potomac Beads pearls that they had given, because they gave us a whole box of pearls, like way more pearls than we would need for any of the kits and for any of the projects. So I just grabbed a different color of pearls. You can see it's similar but a different color, just for some interest, but in the same sort of color tone to go with the crystal and the infinity clasp. But yeah, I went ahead and made lemonade out of the missing 8-0 seed beads. I just, you know, you were supposed to have enough to go through. I would have needed 62 8Os to do that, and I only had 15 left at the end of that. So I was like, well, I guess since I don't have enough seed beads to do this as written, I will just grab some pearls, and I actually think I like it better this way than I would have if I was following the directions. So if you got a kit box and you ran out of your 8Os and you couldn't finish this project, just go grab some extra pearls, and it's just another different color of strand of pearls that I did, and I think it looks great. I think it looks really pretty. Anyway, let's go try these on the camera. Okay, so now we get to see what they look like on. Let's get our curated bead box right here. There you go. Oh, I'm wearing a Mario Christmas sweater t-shirt. It's fun. Let's get Yoshi. And then the earrings go with it. These were the only earrings I made, so I might just leave them on just for the fun of it. There you go. So that's the curated bead box one that I made. It was just fun to sit down with the beads and make them into something. I really needed a little bit of that at the beginning of the week, and I wish I'd been able to find the time for it later in the week, because I have needed this. All right, let's get this. And this is the one with the sparkling snowfall, Jessie James Beads Magic Mystery Bead Box. This is what it looks like on. It's very, very fancy and look fantastic. And something low cut. It's very, very jangly and dangly. I was actually wearing it earlier today when I dropped my son off at the airport, and I was adjusting it. He says, "Oh, you're wearing your jangly necklace," and I'm like, "Wearing my jangly necklace. That is correct, sir." Yep. So I love this. It's one of my favorite things that I've made this month. I absolutely adore it. It was like so much fun to just put it together. Oh, it's so sparkly and dangly and jingly and fun. And then there was this one, I've got a couple bracelets to put on, that I made with the contents of the holiday goodie bag from Softflex, which was a total mystery. And I did an unboxing with that, so there were other things besides these beads in there, but that's what I made when I got to it, and I love it. And then I also made this bracelet that I was telling you about, where I just didn't have enough of the 8Os to do it. And like, the thing about the Potomac Beads kits is the majority of them, you have more than enough beads to make your things. I've only had this happen twice with one of the kits that I've gotten from them, where I just didn't have enough of one of the beads to do it, but they thankfully gave us way more than we needed of the pearls. Box clasps are hard for me to get by myself, because you got to push it in, and like, where's your leverage coming from for that? Now it is closed, and it actually, I like when I've got these fancy clasps to move the fancy clasp to the middle of the, I've got a whole stack of bracelets on right now. But yeah, it's a really nice bracelet. I'm really happy I made it, and I'm happy I made the change too. I don't think I would have liked it as much if I'd followed the pattern for that. But yeah, so I actually, because this was like a design on the fly thing when I was opening it, and I get so many times when I have like inspiration while I'm unboxing things, and I've done a couple of times where I've been like, I'm just gonna make earrings or something quick. I really like that instant inspiration. Some other boxes, like, I don't get that instant inspiration. I have to let it percolate and sit for a while, but I think I want to challenge myself to do some more immediate inspiration pieces. So for the month of January, because I like doing like a month-long challenge, for each bead box or bead bundle or, you know, bag of beads that I open, that I get, that I participate with out here, when I open it on camera, I am going to do a design on the fly. Just something that I'm gonna look at it, I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna make something with this and make it on camera with you. I'll do all of the unboxings first, so that if you're just there for that, you don't have to sit through a make or something like that. And if you want to skip the unboxing and get right to the making something, I'll make sure that I put a timestamp in the descriptions, because I think that's useful for folks who don't want to sit around forever with me. And I apologize for those friends of mine who like spending time with me for not being as present this week. There's an entire project that I started. I was ready to sit down and start recording it, and it's sitting, it's on its bead board, all arranged, ready to go. And it was Wednesday night. I was going to record it, and then I just have been exhausted, like this whole week, just exhausted. Saturday, I meant to get a bunch of stuff done, and I didn't. I don't know. I think maybe I just needed some days to myself to kind of recharge. And you know, I wasn't not making. I still made. It just wasn't on camera. It was a kit that I made from. That's why I like kits, because I can just pull something out with the kit. I don't have to be creative. I don't have to do stuff, and I can just make stuff with it. I like that. But I have so many ideas, and I have so many things that I want to create with on camera with you. So again, I don't have work, so we'll get some of that done this week. Probably tomorrow. If you see a flurry of posts from me well, actually, I'm recording this late at night instead of during the day like I had intended to. So you probably won't see this until tomorrow, until Christmas. So Merry Christmas! It's Christmas Eve when you're seeing this, or it might be later if you aren't seeing it then. Oh boy, I might jump into one of Amy's Wednesday night lives. Might pop in, party crash. We'll see. But yeah, I'll have time. I'll have time. So I'll be able to actually spend more time, get more stuff uploaded, get more things made, get more things recorded. And so that's most of my plans for today and tomorrow. And then Thursday and Friday, work. Most of my coworkers are on vacation because, you know, use your PTO time around holidays and you can take longer PTO times away. And I often will do that myself, but this time I was like, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'll do that. I'll be on call. I'll hold down the fort, because that's what you do. So that's where I'm at this week. And I am still just feeling real tired. Like, I was gonna record this in the middle of the day, and I was gonna actually finish the project that I had started and meant to do. But when I got home from dropping my son off at the airport, I realized that I hadn't eaten anything since breakfast. And it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And so I was like, well, I gotta eat something. So I made myself some food and I sat down to eat it, and I turned on the Great British Baking Show. And you can't just watch one episode of the Great British Baking Show. You can't. It's a physical impossibility. Because, you know, you gotta see what happens in the next one. And I hadn't been watching for this last season, so I needed to get caught up. Anyway, so that's where all of my time like slipped through my fingers was that sort of thing. And so I am just getting wrapped up and just getting caught up with y'all now. And this was supposed to go out Sunday. Sunday I didn't get to it because I spent that day making ornaments with my son. He came to me and he said, "Mom, I want to make ornaments for my family," because he was going to go visit his dad's family. I live in another state. And he's an adult, but he lives with me. And like I have been like, "Hey, do you want to make stuff with me? Do you want to make stuff with me?" Like for so many years. And he's always like, "Oh, not right now, Mom." And finally, he's like, "I want to make ornaments." I'm like, "I have the supplies. I have the time. Let's do this." So we spent some time with polymer clay. He made the cutest ornaments. I'm not going to say what they are because he hasn't gifted them yet. I will wrap up, or I can post pictures of some of his polymer clay creations after he's gifted them. We just don't want to put things on the internet where people might get spoilers. So, but he made those, and then he was like, I want to. He had these specific ideas of these ornaments that he wanted to make, these painted wood ornaments. And I was like, "Well, I have these wood discs." And he was like, "No, not discs. Do you have squares?" And I'm like, "I don't." And then I thought about it some more, and I had gotten some little squares for a totally different project, not ornaments. They're meant to be little tip out for some shelves that I was going to be building to put in here. Just a little wooden square. I was going to put a wooden dowel on it and then put like spools on that and have it be tip outable so that I could, just for organization purposes. It's something that I've had in the back of my mind for that. So I grabbed a couple of those because I got more than I need for my project that I haven't started yet, but I got the supplies for. Oh man, maybe I'll work on that. No, I'm gonna work on making jewelry because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. That's what my brain wants to do. So I'm going to appease my brain. I'm gonna make it happy. We're gonna do some creative stuff. So that's gonna do it. And it's Christmas time. And you know what? Maybe you would like to spend some time with me. Like I'm not with my family this holiday season. I spent some Christmas time with my sister. She is visiting her in-laws and my parents because they're both in the same part of the state, so they're going to be visiting there together. My other brother's there with them. My son is visiting his dad, so it's just me and my one brother here at the house, and he's always been a bah humbug, so it's not like he wants to like sing Christmas carols or anything like that. So it's just gonna be me. So I will record some stuff and put it on the internet. And if you don't have anybody to hang out with for the holidays, hang out with me. Sit back, relax. Let's make some jewelry together. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. All right, so I'm going to go to bed now because, like I said, it's very late at night. It's very late at night. And like part of me is like, let's do a late night meeting with Becky, and then the other part of me is like, maybe go to bed before 2 a.m. though. We'll see which side wins out. And I guess you'll find out depending on what gets uploaded tomorrow. If it's just this, then I went to bed. If it's this plus a tutorial, then the stay up late monster won and the go to bed monster didn't. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I hope y'all are somehow keeping your sanity in the crazy times that we're having right now. I'm by crazy times I mean like holiday rush, not like the world is ending. You know, it's like we were driving to the airport and you know, somebody just stopped real suddenly when they needed to make a left turn, and like we had to brake very immediately because they weren't doing a slow stop. And you know, like I got to tell my son, hey, This is why we always have a very long leading distance when you're driving behind someone, so that when they stop suddenly, you can too. But yeah, like the people behind me, like they had to drive off the road to like not stop it. And like I told him, I said, this time of year is when like you always get fender benders, because people's brains are not on driving. People's brains are on, do I have everything on the list? Am I going to get to this store on time? Do I need to get more wrapping paper? Do we have tape at home? Blah, 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 blah. I'm going to the airport to pick up so-and-so. I'm going to the airport to drop off so-and-so. Like, there's so many different, like, trains running through our brains at the same time. That's why I'm calling it the crazy times. Just for holiday stuff. It's, people always get crazy because you're busy thinking about other things. You're busy thinking about and planning and you know, doing all that emotional labor, all that stuff, to make things magic. And so, like, you know, while that all is going on, you sometimes need to take a minute to like breathe and like unwind and unstress and things like that. So I'm gonna make some jewelry with y'all because I need to unstress. And it's not like I am doing a lot of Christmassy things because I already did that with my sister, and we're gonna have follow-up Christmas. You know, like kids of divorced parents, like, yes, we had one Christmas, but what about second Christmas? You know, like it's just it's normal to have more than one Christmas. In our family, at least. So, you know, he'll come back and we'll do Christmas then. But for now, I don't have to worry about that. But I did have to worry about getting him to the airport, and I did have to worry about helping him with this, and I did have to worry about making sure my brother eats properly to aid his recovery. Like, doing all those things, and cooking food and buying food and going and getting the food, and then, you know, cooking it again, and then all the chores that go along with it. And it's a lot when you're the only person who can do these things. But you know, I'm still here. I'm still here. And I'm still loving beading, and I'm still loving talking with you guys. So I'll make some videos. Maybe there'll be more. Maybe there'll be less, but there'll be some. Anyway, hope you have a fantastic, merry, very Merry Christmas, if I don't see you before then. And happy beading.